let's see what we can get into today.
Found it.
All right. Nice. All right, so we got an Amazon package here. Jackson, here you go. Let's go over here to the shade and open our Amazon package. I can't believe you're out here wearing your Jelly Roll shirt to work on a old truck.
I didn't have much else.
If you'd asked, I would have given you a shirt, buddy. Matter of fact, before we get started with the grease and everything else, we'll go ahead and get you something to change into. What we got?
Not a knife.
Let's see. Oh, carburetor cleaning tools. All right.
Oh.
What we got there?
Fuel pump.
All right, we got a Carter. Hopefully it'll be a good one. What else? Spark plug wires. All right, what did we end up with here? We got the 8mm performance. I thought I sprung for the Excels, but I don't see Excel on there anywhere. Oh well. All right. Anything else?
Box.
What's in the box?
Cardboard.
Box of box. All right. Oh, and we got these. What's that?
Spark plugs.
Spark plugs. All right. So I guess that's the next thing we can get to going on. Jackson a new shirt, so he's out here in a $40 hat, but at least he's not in a $60 shirt. Oh, all right, well, here we go. So I guess Jack's the first thing we're gonna do. Jack said he's gonna wrench, he's gonna let me video. So I guess the first thing we're gonna do, let's pull this fuel line off, loosen that clamp. And then we'll have to get it loose at the bottom. Hang on, bud. Let me see your screwdriver. All right, come here.
It's too big.
Is it?
Show off. Hold this for a second.
How come?
Never mind. I thought Dasher just got in the truck.
Nah, he was under it. I don't want to break that fuel filter if I can help it.
It's only as old as you are.
Right?
You're broken though.
I don't know about that, but
It's younger
I know
than you.
I know for a fact it's older than you, so there we go. Right. Oh, I'm gonna have a wrench. There are 2 bolts holding this thing in. 2 9/16 bolts. Right there, I'm on one of them. Can you turn that?
I might have to set the camera down.
Switch hands. Don't break your knuckles. You'll bust a knuckle on that bracket. Not turning? There it goes.
Told you I needed both hands.
All right, let me see if I can get it on this other one.
I can get it on this other one.
Make sure you're on it good. Oh, hang on. I have an idea.
He had an idea. This is an idea that Sandy still doesn't know about.
Thanks for sharing.
No problem. What's Dasher think about this idea?
What do you think, Dasher?
Get it?
Got it.
Why do you have two door handles?
Well, these look to be pretty close to the same. Close enough, hopefully. The old one says Carter. The new Amazon one that came out of the Carter box
Does not say Carter.
does not say Carter. But looks to be the same, so yes, we'll put it on there and see. Yay. Now we got to get the old gasket off.
I don't even know where to hold this thing.
See the opening for the fuel pump that goes into the motor?
I reckon.
Well, that's where I'm
Ow!
scraping.
There's a hood there.
There is in fact a hood there. Be careful, don't hit your head on it. So Jackson and I drove around half the morning, and we've been to about 4 different places. We've been to Ace Hardware, O'Reilly's, Lowe's, AutoZone, and I can't find a 5/16 fitting to go in this. What I need is a 5/16 by 3/8. I can't find one anywhere. So what we've wound up with is we've got a 5/16 by 5/16. So we're gonna put 3/8 fuel line on a 5/16 nipple and hope it don't leak. We'll see how that goes. But Jackson has helped me. He's helped me rotate the motor around, and I think that it's in a spot now where I can get this thing in and get it bolted down. Watched a couple videos on this for putting mechanical pumps in Fords. Seems like this just runs on an offset guide or whatever on the cam. So I'm gonna put a little grease on this rod. I am going to use the Thunderhead 289 technique of greasing both sides of my gasket, and then I'm gonna try to get this in and get it bolted down, get it torqued down 30 foot-pounds, and then I guess we'll try turning it over and making sure that it's going to build some pressure. I've always been somebody who did a lot of tuning, and even back when I used to do some racing, I always had fuel injection. Never cared for carburetors, but we've got a lot of old cars around the farm that are carbureted, and lately I've taken more of an interest in how carbs work and how to tune them. Been following Uncle Tony and Thunderhead 289, and so actually decided the other day that I was going to go ahead and order one of the carb cheater setups. That should be coming in soon. Hopefully I can get this thing running, and then my hope is that the carb's going to be okay and I don't have to rebuild it. But if I do have to rebuild it, once I get it rebuilt, get it back on, and hopefully can use the carb cheater to get everything dialed in and get this running good, and then maybe move on to some other things. But right now I'm going to see if I can get this fuel pump in and see if it's going to work the way it should. Jackson showed up and informed me that I, in fact, left the bolts under the truck. So I now have the bolts.
He's not even blonde.
I'm going to see if I can get these in and get them started. Jack, climb up under there and hand me, or see if you can take this thing without getting it dirty, because everything's got grease on it, so try not to touch it to anything. Ow. Yeah, see if you can ease it up through there into the hole. Alright, here's where we're at now. I went ahead, pulled the bracket, dropped the power steering pump down out of the way. Hopefully my big head is not in the way so much that you can't see anything in the shot. Guess I could try to relocate. I feel like no matter what I do, it's probably going to be hard for me to stay out of the way, but I'll give it a shot. Alright, so I am going to attempt... Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so I am going to attempt to get this thing started in here. I need to get a bolt. I guess if I can get both of them started, then I'll try to see if this thing will pull up, because the lever seems to be touching. It's on a pretty good angle. That one started. Alright, what did I do with the other bolt? I'm sure I dropped it somewhere. 3 hours later. Where was it?
It landed right on that bar right there.
Huh. Alright, thank you. Well, I thought that one was started. Turns out maybe not so much. Gotta hold your mouth just right when you're starting these bolts like this. Alright, that one's definitely started. That one I cannot tell about. Well, it's either starting or I'm cross-threading the heck out of it, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that started okay. I believe I've got both those started, and I think I'll go try to find a ratchet wrench. Eureka. I found one. So, hopefully, this will go on. And this will be the trick. Oh, looks like this might be the trick. The real trick would be if this wrench was just a little bit thinner. All right. If my left hand torque calibration is still accurate, I'm gonna say that's about 20 foot-pounds. So we'll snug it down just a little bit more. And then I don't know whether to gamble. We'll call that about 30. I don't know whether to gamble and go ahead and install the power steering, or whether to verify the pump, fuel pump is going to work, and then install the power steering. All right, so I got some new spark plugs. I guess I'm going to pull one of these plugs and see what these old plugs look like. I mean, it's been sitting for at least 15 years. So, well, the first thing that I noticed is that the plugs that are in it are larger than the plugs that I've got. So, 5/8 plug wrench doesn't fit it, so let me go get a bigger plug wrench. Alright, looks like the plugs that are in there now are 3/4, so see if I can get this one out. Oh yeah, not bad at all, considering as long as it's sat. I don't know, I've seen worse, but let's see if Let's see if the plugs that I've got even fit. Well, no, they do not, in fact. Okay, I guess we'll be sending those back. Check the gap on this. Put this one back in. I guess we won't be doing plugs today. Alright, but we will be doing wires. So I guess I can get the new wires. Now in the last video, I started out putting an HEI distributor in this thing, and then before we could get it fired up, we figured out that the fuel pump was bad. So I ordered plug wires and thought I ordered plugs. Plugs are the wrong size, so those are going to have to go back. But got the fuel pump, and
That's not part of it.
as I was searching for maybe a good plug to use on a 460 with an HEI distributor, I came across somebody in a forum who had made a post that said that they'd gotten these wires and they were, you know, a little bit longer than factory, and that had worked out well. But you know, they referenced in the post the firing order, and then they made a comment, and it said, you know, counterclockwise or reverse rotation or something to that effect. And I went, huh. So the first time that we hooked this up, I had it wired completely wrong. So now we're going to get some new plug wires on here, and we're going to get those in the correct rotation, and I guess we'll be ready to turn this thing over and see if it might start. I went ahead and got the plug wires on. All that's worked out all right. Everything was long enough, and nothing's so long that I had to put a storage loop in it. So I guess I'll take that. And now I'm going to get a nipple on that fuel pump, run it up to the filter that'll attach to the carburetor, and I guess we'll turn it over and see if it's pumping. All right, so we were just getting ready to hook the fuel line back up and pick the old fuel filter up, and this is what we're getting from the inlet side of the old fuel filter. So I guess it's pretty safe to say at this point that we're going to need a fuel tank before it sat for another 15 years. That's from when it was running last. So I guess we can start looking for a fuel tank. Oh, here. Blow through it backwards. Would have been a lot more impressive when it still had all the pound of crap that came out of it. All right, let's see what we can do. So I got the new fuel line run, and I also went ahead and installed a temporary fuel cell off of, like, I don't know, a lawnmower or something. But conveniently there was some baling twine laying in the bed of this old truck, so there you go. We'll find something to duct tape before it's over with, and it'll be duct tape and baling twine. But as soon as I can track Jackson down, we're going to turn this thing over and see if we get fuel. Alright, I located Jackson, so we're gonna turn this thing over and see if we get any fuel pumping. Alright. Keep turning it. Alright, hang on. Let me put a little more gas in our tank. Hang on. Alright, I got it filled up now, so turn it over now and see if it's gonna pump. Okay. We have fuel. I'll get that hooked up and then we'll prime the carburetor and we'll see if this thing will crank. Yeah, go ahead and get back in there. So I got this fuel filter hooked up now, so we'll turn it over for a little bit and see if we can fill the bowls. Go ahead and turn it over a little bit, Jax. Go ahead. Whoop. We've got a fuel leak. One more time. Whoop. Right there. All right, hang on a minute. Oh, tightened everything down and ended up putting a clamp instead of a squeeze clamp on here. I think we've got it. Try one more time. All right. So now I guess we're ready to see if it'll start. Hang on. Let me hook this wire here back up. And that ought to make fire.
This thing ain't run since I was like 8.
Longer than that. All right, Jackson, turn it over. Let's see what it's going to do. Does that make you happy? Got a little drip from the carburetor. That's to be expected, I guess. All right. It started. Let me get my timing light. We'll check the timing. I don't want to run it a whole lot though, because we'll get this face.
Call that a little drip.
We're gonna have to pull the valve covers off and make sure that none of the valves are stuck. I don't know of any other way to do it. But for today, it cranked and it's running.
Yeah.
So let me get the timing light and let's see what it's gonna look like. We got a whole lot of fuel problems.
Hey, we got it cranked once in a while.
Yeah, it cranked. We've got fuel under the carburetor. We've got fuel above the carburetor. We've got some issues. So yeah, so we're gonna have to check a few things out. But
It cranked.
it cranked. So there you go. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you'll subscribe and turn on notifications. You never know what we'll be getting into from one day to the next. We certainly don't.